Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Hey, Hellstalkers, here we are. It's 5-star day. Not only is it 5-star day, it's double 5-star day today. We had an active, I think, in fact, this would be the first time, we'll call today the I-35 special. This is the first time that I can think of where we had 3 major metropolitan cities get impacted with significant hail, almost all at the same time. We're talking within 20 minutes of each other, all at the same time. So a lot to talk about today. Yesterday, multi-billion-dollar day. I'm telling you guys, this is going to go down as a $2 to $3 billion loss day. I don't think they'll actually break down the individual storms, but we will see that between Oklahoma City or Norman, Dallas, Texas, San Antonio, and some of the communities around these locations, it will be a $2 to $3 billion loss day. So significant hail. Marginal hail threat coming up today, so I don't think we're going to see a 5-star map again today, but I'll just remind you of College Station when there was no risk of hail, so it's still possible, but I do need to get the suit and the dry cleaners here sooner than later, hopefully. But we're watching the next threat. The next threat is coming up next weekend, and we're going to really prime things up as we go into next weekend for next week. It's going to be pretty active, so we're getting pretty excited about the upcoming forecast. Upcoming events, I'm excited about this one. If you're in Denver, Colorado, and you haven't signed up to play golf, May 20th here, you need to sign up. This is going to be an awesome golf tournament. A great cause is going, all the money, all the profit to this, not all the money, but all the proceeds going to a great cause. Special thanks to the C3 Group, one of our sponsors, for hosting this event. We are one of the premier sponsors. We're really excited. We love donating money to this event. It's such an awesome event. The Ralston House, for those of you that don't know, you are going to love this event. So if you're in the Denver, Colorado Springs area, if you need information about this event, let us know in the chat below. We'd love to get you signed up to play some golf down at the calm before the storm. And it kind of is the calm before the storm in Denver because you haven't had any storms yet. So we'll keep the calm before the storm going. Check this out, though. Look at all the hail reports yesterday. Again, a lot of hail. Look at this. We had the significant storm. I'm going to talk to you specifically about this one here in just a little bit. We're going to look at some video that I shot from this hailstorm that just went berserk yesterday as it came in to cross the H.E. Bailey Turnpike, went across I-35, and just nailed Norman. Dropping south, this is the most significant storm of the day. This will be the costliest one, but here it is right here. You can see storms fire up and basically move right across the north sides of Fort Worth and the northwest side of Dallas. Big hail in that location. Let's see some folks talking about the Ralston House, great one. Then we had storms that fired back here off the Front Range, off the high hills in Mexico. They rolled all the way across, popped Del Rio, kept going, made some of the most significant hail that you will ever see. I mean, we're talking hail that you had to hold it with 2 hands, went all the way through decking, was wind driven with 80, 90 mile an hour winds. Crazy, crazy hailstorm. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know how you want to look at it. Some of you are going to say unfortunately, but San Antonio, the storm did weaken as it moved into town, but we did still have some pretty good hail on the west side of San Antonio. And then the storm kind of tried to spin back up again and did a little work up towards San Marcos. So we're going to dive into those storms here and take a little bit of a better look. The recap from yesterday, look at it. We had 5 tornadoes, not a significant tornado day. We're okay with that. Look at the 99 hail reports, though. Lots of big hail. That number will go over 100 in the next couple of days. 56 high wind reports. There was some significant wind. I know the Norman storm had 80-plus mile-per-hour winds. Numbers for year-to-date, 257, that is behind. 1489, that's behind. And 1749, that's behind average. But we are making up some ground now. Here's where we were 2020 year-to-date. But we're making up ground now. So we are seeing more activity each day. And I think next week we're going to see some big leaps and bounds as we head into May. May's looking very, very active across the country. So 5-star maps, here it is. First one, let's dive south. We're going to take a look in Dallas. Again, I think this was probably the biggest storm. Check that out, 5-inch hail. Woo, that's some big hail, right? I think that was mainly to the south of Dallas. But Keller, San Antonio, Del Rio, all of those combined, 1 inch or larger, okay? So 5-inch hail did not hit 212,000 homes, guys, okay? So calm down just a little bit. But we did have 5-inch hail, but 1-inch hail impacted 212,000 homes. So there was some significant hail. Look at this swath. Look at this thing. Took off right back here in Weatherford, kind of did a little cycle, kind of weakened right there, and then boom, just went to town. I'm not for sure if the urban heat island played a role in this, but I'm going to bet it did. Crazy stuff always happens in Dallas. You never know what you're going to get. We're going to dive it south. This is just a cluster down here. Look at all this. I mean, we're talking storm after storm after storm. I mean, they're just overlap. They kept running over each other. It's pretty common it does this. Hondo, though, right here, just got obliterated with hail yesterday afternoon. I mean, we're talking 6-inch. We got 5-inch plus on here, but I'm pretty sure I saw some 6-inch stuff. I think the state record for Texas is 6-inch in diameter. So we might have a new state record in the state of Texas. We gave it a run last year in Burke-Burnett. We're going to give it a run this year in Hondo, Texas, with some wind-driven, massive, massive hail. The storm that I was in, the storm that I tracked for the ABC affiliate KOCO here in Oklahoma City, the thing just fired up just south of Tuttle, just took off, got going, and just dropped massive wind-driven hail up to 4-inch in diameter. Seen lots of busted out windshields, busted out windows on the sides of homes. In fact, I penetrated this particular hailstorm. You know, we have about 13,000 with the really big hail. Quarter size was 26,000. But I was back here on the H.E. Bailey Turnpike when this storm came through, right? Came in like, I mean, I don't know how to explain how it came in, but it came in hard. It was impressive. So here we go. Here it is. Check this out. Oh, I am just getting obliterated here. This is 80 mile. I mean, look at the rain blowing over the top of the truck here. 80 mile an hour winds, just tearing me up. Tennis ball size hail. You can see the massive splashes coming through there. I've got my driver's side window down as we are just being pummeled with large hail here. And this was the moment that the storm picked up in intensity. So literally driving down the turnpike, and for those of you from Oklahoma, the H.E. Bailey Turnpike, just getting after it, trying to get into the core of this storm. It turns to the left, accelerates, and runs into me, but the hail size increased drastically. I was expecting quarter-size hail and maybe 40 mile an hour winds. Instead, I got 2.5-inch size hail and 80 mile per hour winds. Had to stop in my tracks instantly. It took seconds for this storm to overtake me, and was just along for the ride. Whatever Mother Nature had in store for me, that's what I was going to get. So that was me yesterday afternoon. The truck, for those of you that haven't seen it, maybe we can post a picture in the comments. The truck, it did really well, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it took all that hail. We had no broken windows. I have one crack in one of my tail lights, so we're gonna have to get that fixed. I just saw that just a minute ago. But outside of that, some dents in the doors, and that was it. All my light bars, everything else still rocking and rolling, working perfectly. We built this truck to withstand hail like this, and it did an awesome job yesterday. So I'm excited to get it in the next hailstorm, hopefully sooner rather than later. So, all right, let's jump into the forecast. So here's what we got. Current conditions right now, you can see a lot of rain, stretches all the way off up into the northeast, and this is basically a frontal system that comes all the way across to the central part of the country. If we dive in here, this is the area that we're gonna be watching here. Somebody, you fixing them for free, Joshua? We'll work something out here, buddy. Anyway, so we got some sunshine trying to come out down here now. So we're going to watch this area, this part of the country. This is the area that we're going to have to watch for severe weather later on this afternoon. You can see that sunshine, the frontal boundary right up here with all the light rain. So the sunshine kind of extends over into Mississippi. And so that's the area that we're going to have to watch. The wind shear, the instability, some of the things that we like to see for really large hail, not quite there. Not as prevalent as they were yesterday. So I expect to not see quite as much, but you can see the front clearly on temperatures right here. So we got 69 degrees in Dallas and we got 80 in Houston. So the front right in between there, that's going to be the firing mechanism for the thunderstorms as we go through the afternoon hours this afternoon. And we're going to be watching this area, southeast Texas. If anything decides to get wild and crazy, we're going to be all over it for you guys today. So here's a look at the moisture. And again, you can see this is the difference between late April and March. Behind the front, 63-degree dew points in Dallas, so we don't lose a whole lot of moisture. But out ahead of it, 72, 68 in Shreveport. This rich Gulf moisture right here is going to be part of the firing mechanism that's going to make these thunderstorms go to town. Here's what they look like on simulated radar here. Again, check it out right here. Thunderstorms fire up near the I-35 corridor. We may have some stuff fire up north of the cold front into Dallas, so you could see some heavy thunderstorms. I don't think that we'll see any significant hail with that, but we're going to watch this area closely. And again, we're going to watch as these fire up, look at them progress. Look over here, we got some more storms firing up. We don't forget about Mississippi and Alabama. Those could be some hail with those particular thunderstorms, some high winds also possible with those. But again, we're going to watch this entire zone. As we lose daytime heating, the storms in Mississippi, Alabama, they shift off to the east, they weaken as we lose a little bit of heating. This is 10 p.m. But the storms in Texas and Louisiana, they decide to go ahead and continue. We'll get the lower level jet will increase overnight, and we'll see things take off as we go through the evening hours. Look at this, more thunderstorms develop. We have one cluster move across the state of Louisiana, and it's going to be a late night for somebody, right? Look at this, thunderstorms firing up again early in the morning, 6 a.m. Houston, Austin, flooding's going to be a problem with some of this, I think, but we'll also be watching it for some marginal hail. We'll see exactly what comes out of it after it's over with. That's the way that works, right? So, all right, max hail size today, I think mostly we're going to see quarters, dimes, nickels, that type of stuff, but a couple of the stronger storms, we could see some ping pong balls come out of them. So we'll be watching that, but again, I think mostly in the quarter range. So we're gonna hold it. We're gonna go yellow, only 1 inch to 1 1/4 with this particular setup. But here's a look at it. Again, kind of the area that we just talked about with the simulated radar there. That's the area we're watching. So you got Houston. We'll go ahead and zoom it in here. Take a look at some of the locations. Again, low chance. Hail size is not very big, but low chance Houston, low chance Shreveport, low chance Jackson, low chance Birmingham. We'll watch all those closely as we get into. What is it, Friday? All right, Friday, nothing. Storm system moves off the coast. We're going to be watching the Pacific Ocean as the next system comes out. Here it is right here. So we're looking at Friday. Again, that system moves off, decides to kind of dissolve, weakens, but then we have the next system. It's right up here. You can see it's going to eject out a little bit of a wave right down here that may cause some severe weather Saturday into Sunday across the southeast. So this little guy will push out. This trough will then drop into the entire west coast. Look at it here. Here it goes. So you can see this is actually a disturbance, right? So anytime you see the dip like that, that means low pressure, right? So we got a trough here. That will cause the severe weather over the weekend in the southeast. And then look at the big trough that develops out here in the west when it takes over the entire west coast, a huge dip. This is our next storm system. It will pull the moisture up, and we'll start watching this area for a big chance of severe weather. Look at this thing come out. Look at it right there. Boom, just ready to rock and roll. when it comes out into the plains on Monday afternoon. We're going to really watch for some severe weather when this trough comes out. Continues to progress. But notice how we kind of keep the troughing. It kind of stays with this big dip. That means we're going to keep the chance of severe weather across the country. So looking at the moisture, this is the fuel that we need to make these severe thunderstorms. So as we go forward into Saturday, you can see the moisture already being pulled all the way back up into Minnesota, Wisconsin, Chicago, St. Louis. We got moisture coming up. Houston, Oklahoma City, Dallas. The humidity level is going to be on the rise. It's going to be warm. It's going to be on the rise. We just need the trigger to set things off. That little low, remember, we watched it form right here. Look at all the moisture that it pulls up here, and that's really going to set the stage for our storm system that comes out on Monday. But we're going to have to watch first that little trough, that little cutoff low or system that's going to be right down here, and it's going to basically move across the southeast. All this rich moisture right here, ready to fire things off. That goes through Sunday, and then as we get into Monday, watch as the moisture really starts to kind of pick up and it really builds up. We get this dry line, we call it a dry line bulge right here. You can see the bulge in southwest Oklahoma. That means big time severe weather. If this pans out, this is still a few days out, but we could be talking about another big I-35 day. We're talking Kansas City maybe, Oklahoma City, Wichita, Tulsa, Dallas, Waco, Austin, San Antonio. I'm telling you guys, it could be a pretty active day as we get into Monday afternoon. So again, Tuesday kind of shifts off just a little bit further to the east, but we still got moisture in Dallas. We still got it in Houston. St. Louis, maybe, could still be in there. We'll have to even watch the Northeast when we get into Tuesday. So it's going to be an active stretch of weather. So here's the next couple of days again. Saturday, as we go into Sunday, Jackson, Memphis. We're going to be watching that area again. That's from that little disturbance. And then that big trough kicks out on Monday. And watch out. This, again, we will probably see severe weather stretch north of Oklahoma City. So Wichita, Kansas City, St. Louis. I think we're going to see some severe weather. But the prime spot, the main spot that we're going to be watching for Monday, at least right now, it's going to include Oklahoma City. It's going to include Dallas. It's going to include Waco, Austin, possibly as far south as San Antonio. So that's the way we're going to roll with it, at least for now. We're going to keep updating this, so tomorrow we'll have updates on this next trough, this next big system. We're going to let you know exactly how it decides to roll out. So again, we want to thank you guys for watching. For those of you that don't follow us currently, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Great ways to follow. We'll update the forecast. We do live coverage during storms. We did 2.5 hours of coverage yesterday while all the metros were being impacted with significant large hail. And if you want to call us, we're great. We got customer support here. If you need help with anything, 855-334-4245, or you can just email us at info@hailtrace.com. We also have a great chat icon on our website, www.hailtrace.com. Reach out that way as well. All great resources for you to contact us. Again, we want to thank you guys for watching. Big 5-star day. We're super excited about the upcoming week. We'll talk to you guys soon.